Back again. Of course, the comeback is real. We are keeping it up. We've got chess today and then a Q&A later. I think the Q&A will be good to kind of revamp on what I've been up to and what my goals are nowadays. But for chess today, really how I've been working out is so right now I'm like roughly 180 pounds. So not a 200 pounder anymore, which is a good and a bad thing if you think of it, but I'm thinking it as mostly good. When I was when I was a 200 pounder, I mean, let's just say it wasn't all muscle, and my face was just super puffy and fat. There was a lot of extra fat on my body that could have went without, but the whole goal was 200 pounds, and I was really set to achieve it. So could have done it a lot slower. Definitely after this dieting phase, it'll be right back up to I kind of like the idea of main gaining for like, a whole year. Even though I won't be super lean the whole time, it'll be good quality muscle, not putting on muscle while putting on a ton of fat. So I think that's going to be the name of the game in the next year or so. But for now, 180 pounds roughly, maybe a little more, maybe like 180 to 182. It's kind of fluctuating, but trying to go down. I've been eating like 2,000 calories every day, trying to go 1,000 to like 2,400 is typically a good little baseline for me to try and lose weight. I did that from, 200 pounds to now 180. So I think that's good. That's been the baseline. Still trying to hit everything intense. Let's jump to the incline press. I think this is going to be slightly montaged again. I kind of like the montage feel from yesterday's back day. So we'll see. Let's get in there. So usually I'm a big supporter of like the I really like starting with like a Smith machine incline, but somebody was down there, so I thought we'd jump back to the plate loaded. Warmed up already. Gonna do a few sets. I'm not sure if I go much heavier than this, but we'll see. So let's cut into it. Huh. Oh, yeah, that was good. All right, done with chest. And if you're watching this today, then I just filmed this. So it's the day after. Hit chest last night. I was going to do the Q&A that night, but I had a lot of homework to do, so just ended up doing studies. I just got back from the gym today. So chest yesterday, I hit back and buys today, and now, obviously, Q&A time. So let's pull up some questions again, and we'll get this started. Let's scroll through a few of these. Finally, found a question here. Tebow_ASGR asks, What/who inspired you to start your gym career? So funny enough, I started lifting before Sam. Throw that out there. Obviously, I've been a little surpassed, but we're not going to talk about that. Really, my dad. I mean, the classic going to the Y, and I wanted to go to the Y. My dad was like, all right, I'll show you the ropes. Full body workout, doing like 2 sets of squats, some biceps, chest, whatever. And those are always really fun. I liked the first time I got into the gym. And so pretty much just after that, another thing that I would say inspired me when I was a young pup, I remember there were these guys who were maybe like 4 years older than me, and I must have been in like 7th grade. And I'm watching them bench, like I'm just in the gym, so I'm watching them bench press. And I see these guys putting up a plate. And at the time, I was doing, bar, 10 pounds, maybe another 5 on it. And, I'd bust that out for 15 reps, I don't know. But when I would watch those guys do the whole plate, I was like, how is this guy even that strong? How is that even possible that this guy can be this strong? But looking back on it, that's just one plate. Like I do that now as a total warm-up. So looking at that and then getting to the plate, I remember when, I put the plate on, benched it, and I thought of those guys, I was like, holy crap, I've come a long way. So really just seeing them, seeing people who are doing better, and then trying to get as strong as them. That's kind of what kept me inspired and kept me motivated in the gym. Especially now when I used to bench 225, and then like last bulk when I was throwing around 225 on the incline, it was super cool to really push it really hard to see how far I could grow. So steady growth, that's what inspired me and keeps me inspired to stay in the gym. This one I definitely wanted to answer because it's pretty recent, unfortunately. What's your worst round in college play, and what was your blow-up hole? So this season, I don't know how many total tournament rounds we played, maybe like eight total rounds of golf that were in a tournament, so like 4 2-day tournaments. My blow-up hole, I shot 78, I shot 7 over, and on a par 3, I just birdied the first hole, and then I par the second, and we get to this long par 3, like 225 yards, 230 yards, and OB out of bounds on the left, 4-iron in my hand, just trying to knock one on the green, tug it left, hits the cart path, out of bounds. So I'm like, all right, well, not the end of the world. Just gotta hit this next one on the green, and then we'll be chilling. Line up again, straight left. It maybe, I don't know, just as bad as the first one. Hits the cart path, out of bounds. So back to back out of bounds. So that's 1, 2, 3 out of bounds again, 4. So I'm hitting for double bogey off of the tee on a par 3, and I haven't even got to the green yet. So whatever, I end up making an 8. I made an 8 on a par 3. Fuck, dude, it sucked because it's like right in front of my coach. My family's there watching. Luckily, Sam wasn't there to watch it, but it always sucks blowing up right in front of everyone. It's embarrassing, but I tried to fight back as best I could. I think I played the rest of the round 1 over or 2 over. Yeah, it sucked, but that's just what happens. Like when that stuff happens, I try and leave it in the past, laugh it off, because if I get so pissed and so upset that it leads to the next shot and then I fuck up another hole, that's just not what I want to do. So any young golfers out there, I would definitely say you really got to just keep it chill because it's the mental game that's way more important. Okay, here's one I did want to answer. How do you balance college life and lifting? Like going out, Greek life, etc. Peyton Miller 25 asked that. I would say my best way to balance the college life, because right now I'm at school, I go to Wittenberg, and The best way to balance, because I get a lot on my plate. I have Greek life, school, lifting, golf, and making videos, and then especially keeping up with school. So it is a lot. I prioritize what I have to prioritize throughout the week, I would say. Like when I have a big test at the end of the week, I'm gonna go to the gym and then put studying right before the shit I want to do otherwise. So if there's a party Friday night, but I have a test coming up on Tuesday, which quite literally I do, I'm gonna really make sure I study before and then go have fun, or study a little bit throughout the week so it kind of compounds and I make it better. But I'd say just how I balance it, I'm really rambling here. I don't even know. I have a nice schedule all the time. I stay pretty regimented, wake up early, read, do whatever, and I try to never feel overwhelmed. So if there's something that is overwhelming, I plan out how to attack it in little increments, because you just want to stack up little wins throughout the day. So if I've got a big test coming up, I'll study, not wait, feel overwhelmed, cram it all in at the last second. Not saying I do that every time, but you really should try and plan out and have that nice schedule. All right. 2 more questions. Peyton BAC asks, what was the adjustment from high school golf to college golf like? I would say the biggest adjustment, honestly, for me was I just practice way more. You got to put more time into it, because you got to think. For my case, when I was on my high school team, there were 5 who start in the lineup, and I was in the top 2, I would say, top 3. And so I kind of thought when I would get to college, I would be in the starting lineup right away again, because I was really good in high school, so I'm going to excel in college. I didn't even play my first year of school. Our team was just so good. They were way better than I thought they were. So I had to really work my butt off, because all these guys are coming to play college golf, so they were the best on their high school team. And you're just another one of those guys who get put into the mix where you got to really excel and put that work in. So I would just say the work ethic had to be there a lot more, because you just had to work harder if you wanted to play. So I was really happy. My freshman year of college, I didn't play in any of the starting lineups. I would play like the B team tournaments. Worked really hard that summer after. And then sophomore year, played in every single tournament, traveled, and I really contributed to the team. And then again with my junior year right now, the fall, played in every tournament, thought I contributed, and I've gotten better. All right, whoopsies, camera died. I forget where I was, but that's what I have to say about golf. Another golf course question, Anton Wee1 asks, what is your most favorite course you played? I would have to say I played Harbor Town in Hilton Head. Harbor Town in Hilton Head was super fun. Just really nice. Got to play with my dad, and so it's less about the course. Well, obviously the course was super fun, but I had a really good time with my dad. So that's probably my favorite course. Favorite with the memories involved. If you could go back a few years, what would you change about your training? So honestly, I've probably lifted weights for like 4 years, roughly 4 years semi-serious. But every time summer rolls around, I always really want to hammer the golf. So the training gets a little, I'll only train I don't want to say not seriously, but 100% goes into the training about 6 months out of the year, or 7. Like over winter is when I make the most progress. So it's like 6 on, 6 half. Anyway, what would I change? I wouldn't freaking cut when I'm like 16 or 17 or however old I was. I remember putting on my first little itty bitty bit of gains and cutting right away because I wanted abs. Fuck, dude. Yeah, I wish I just main gained for like 3 years. Just dealt with being a little bulky, which is kind of where my head was at last year when I did 200. I wanted to be a big, strong 200-pound lifter, which maybe would have I might have went a little too far. I was pretty freaking 200-pound me. I would walk up the stairs to go to some of my classes, and I would be huffing and puffing. I was so, I don't know. I don't want to say out of shape, but a little bit out of shape. Anyway, I would go back and main gain for a long time, and I feel like more younger lifters are doing that now, because I see these friggin' 15, 16-year-olds who are just huge, and I'm like, fuck, dude, if I would have jump-started the training like that, newbie gains, hitting my macros, and training intensely, I feel like nowadays there's just more information for the young guys to know how to do it right. Like, I would go to the gym, hit 25 sets, and go back, have one protein shake, think I did it all. But the kids nowadays, they go back, they hit their scientific and really intense set, go back, protein shake, rice. Later in the day, they're eating more chicken and rice. At school, they're eating throughout the whole day. If you know more earlier, you're just going to get bigger. So I wish I would have just known more. I could have dove a little deeper, but there wasn't as much fitness influencing going on then. So, not a regret, but if I had the information, I would do that. That is going to wrap up the Q&A. I will see you guys for leg day tomorrow. So let's get this going, and I'll see you guys later.